The debate on whether streaming is better than CDs has been beaten to death. Today I'm straying away from the generic arguments and I am going to give you my personal take on why I choose and for the foreseeable future will always put CDs first. Let's get to it. Streaming has come a long way from the early days of Spotify, but one thing all streaming services share in common back then was the dog shit compressed sound quality. In the early days of the MP3, many of us didn't care. The quality coming from the MP3s on Napster and LimeWire were horrendous, but many of us, myself included, were bumping our favorite songs in the car under the worst possible conditions. These tracks were compressed to all holy hell. They were practically unlistenable in today's standards. I wasn't the audio nerd I am today back then. I mean, audio has always been important to me, of course. But if it's one thing I've learned on my journey in this hobby over the last several years, it's that there's a formula to follow when building a system, even a cheap one. There are steps to follow to be able to get the best results from whatever budget or gear you're working with. I'm going to be filming a video on this formula, so now would be a great time to subscribe to the channel so you can tune in when it comes out. Now, if your dad is into CDs, it's a great time to tell you about our sponsor. Crutchfield is making it easy peasy lemon squeezy to buy your dad the perfect Father's Day gift this year. They offer a gift guide hub that I will link down below for you to explore thousands of products that could make your dad's special day even better. I've been using Crutchfield for years now because they have one thing many others lack, and that's ironclad customer service. Whether you're stumped on what to buy or need help once you're at home trying to get things up and running, Crutchfield offers world-class service to make sure your purchase was a smart one. If I were you, I'd buy your dad an awesome CD player for Father's Day because who wouldn't want the gift of the finest source in their system? Crutchfield makes the shopping experience much less stressful and offers a catalog of the finest audio products on the market. Don't sleep on Crutchfield, friends. Check out the links below and get your dad something he'll actually like this year. Back to the show. So why am I explaining the history of streaming? Well, because we've gotten so freaking lazy. Every time a new technology or breakthrough comes out, it panders to laziness. It slowly chips away at the ceremony that listening to music once was. There's nothing more satisfying than selecting your favorite CD, carefully placing it into your player, and sitting back and listening to the album. If you like a variety of music, burn a CD with a collection of your favorite tracks. I filmed an entire video on how to burn CDs in today's world that shows you how easy it is. Now, as streaming has evolved, the quality has improved quite a bit. I use Spotify for discovery because their AI and intelligent matching technology is just incredible. I then use those suggestions I discover from there and buy the CD wherever it's available. This has proven to be a valuable tool for discovering indie bands and music I may have missed over the years. If I'm on the move, or if I myself am feeling a little like a lazy bum, Quobuzz has the best quality for streaming. They may not have the biggest catalog, but their streaming quality is just insane. It's just painfully noticeable when, compared to all the other services, specifically Spotify. But I get it. We're in a world where Bluetooth speakers and earbuds reign supreme, so the younger generation might be a bit more difficult of a demographic to convince since they have a 3-second attention span and no patience whatsoever. I can say this now because it's doubtful that many young people are A, watching this video, or B, have made it this far into the video. If you are a young person that has made it this far without being offended or triggered by my diatribe, God bless you. You really are our only hope.
You are the future.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes, though. Why CDs? Well, they're reliable. In my history of collecting CDs, I have never had disc rot, and I do have CDs from the early 80s. I take care of my shit. So unless I am negligent or careless, they all maintain pristine condition. Now, I say reliable because you know for sure the sound won't be compressed when you listen to your albums. You're guaranteed a sample rate of 44.1 kilohertz. This means that the audio is sampled 44,100 times per second. This sample rate combined with a bit depth of 16 bits is part of the Red Book standard for CDs. You might have heard that before. The human ear can typically hear sounds in the frequency range of approximately 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz if you're young enough or have abnormally good hearing. I took a test and I think I'm right around 15 kilohertz of range on the high end. which is normal for someone who is in their early 40s. The sample rate of 44.1 kilohertz was chosen because it is more than twice the highest frequency that humans can hear. This is based on the Nyquist-Shannon sampling theorem, which states that the sample rate must be at least twice the highest frequency you want to reproduce accurately. This means that a 44.1 kilohertz sample rate is sufficient to capture all the audio frequencies within the range of human hearing without aliasing. Some of you out there argue that higher sample rates such as 96 kilohertz or 192 kilohertz used in high-res audio offered on most streaming services except Spotify, of course, can capture more detail and potentially improve sound quality. The benefits of these higher rates are often debated though. Some hear it, some don't. I've personally never really heard a difference. However, I will not definitively say that it doesn't exist. I've just never had the chance to A/B test it. Perhaps that could be a fun project for the near future. I'm sure as time goes on and technology improves, this could change, as we may very well be able to distinguish between the two. But that's a big what if. So that being said, we can safely say that the CD can provide you with enough of a frequency range to satisfy your ear holes. So the question everybody's wondering, is streaming bad? No, absolutely not. I love the convenience and intelligence it brings to the table. It has definitely streamlined the discovery process, allowing me to explore new and old music that I might have missed. It provides an easy way to access my favorite music on the fly. However, in my home and my life, it will never replace a CD. I appreciate the collectibility factor of my favorite music and the tangible experience that streaming simply can't replicate. It won't replace the ceremony of selecting my favorite CD and playing it on a device and system dedicated to delivering beautiful sound quality. And from a fiscal perspective, I only have to pay for my CD once and it's mine. I can do whatever I want with it. I can rip it onto my PC and create my own home streaming service through Rune or Plex. I have full creative control of what happens to it. If you stop paying monthly for your streaming services, goodbye music. At least music without ads, that is. I mean, that is why, in my opinion, CDs will have a long shelf life, so to speak. I hope this all brought some clarity on the subject, and now we can move on with this until streaming truly takes it to the next level, right? That's when we can revisit the situation, but I have a feeling that CDs will beat out streaming for the reasons I've shared for quite a while. If you're a fan of the channel, I would love to have your support on Patreon, where I feature behind the scenes content and after filming commentary. I also have a t-shirt shop where I sell some of the best hi-fi t-shirts on the market. These are just ways that you can help out the channel and keep the cogs and gears moving and get something back in return. Check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make contact with the like button. Subscribe to the channel and help your boy grow. And don't forget to ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, friends, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.